Understanding group of pictures. What is group of pictures and why is it important? Group of pictures is a term that refers to the video structure representing how digital video is grouped. But before we get into understanding group of pictures, let us start with the basics of the video structure. When a video is encoded to be viewed on television or by any streaming platform, it's important that it is compressed. In order to more easily transmit digital media, video compression is used to turn large raw video files into smaller video files that can transmit more easily over limited bandwidth. Video compression works by locating and reducing redundancies within an image or a sequence of images. A video is composed of a sequence of frames displayed at a given frequency. In most common video content, each frame is very similar to those that precede and follow it. Though there might be lots of movement in the subject of the content, the background, and a large portion of the image is usually the same or very similar from frame to frame. Video compression takes advantage of this by only sending some frames in full known as interframes or iframes along with the difference between the iframe and the subsequent frames. The decoder then uses the iframe plus these differences to accurately recreate the original frames. This method of compression is known as temporal compression because it exploits the fact that information changes in a video slowly over time. A second type of compression, known as spatial compression, is used to compress the iframes themselves by finding and eliminating redundancies within the same image. This brings us back to the concept of group of pictures. Put simply, a group of pictures is the distance between two iframes measured in the number of frames. Iframes are sometimes referred to as keyframes as they are the key that the other types of frames are structured around. Let us take one example. If you're watching a compressed video at 30 frames per second, you're not really seeing 30 full pictures. Instead, you're seeing sets of group of pictures similar to the one pictured above. Depending on the codec, a group of pictures could consist of very large or very small group of pictures lengths. Within a typical group of pictures, you have three types of frames: iframes, p-frames, and b-frames. Every group of pictures begins with an iframe, which contain the complete image. After this comes the p-frames predicted frames and b-frames bidirectionally predicted frames. P-frames reference past frames and b-frames reference past and future frames. P-frames and b-frames are incomplete images that reference the iframe and surrounding images to fill in the blanks. P-frames and B-frames contain either bits of new visual information to replace parts of the previous frame or instructions on how to move around bits of the previous frame to create the appearance of motion. By processing and compressing group of pictures instead of individual frames, file sizes and stream bit rates can be significantly reduced. Optimizing your group of pictures length. The length of your group of pictures has important implications in regards to video quality. A shorter duration can preserve more visual information, especially in high-motion video, but is less efficient in that it needs a higher bit rate to look good. A longer group of pictures is useful in low-motion videos where very little in the frame changes, allowing for reduced redundancy which can look better at lower bit rates. Longer group of pictures are better suited for maximum compression on a given bandwidth, while smaller group of pictures are better suited for scene changes, rewinding, and resiliency to media defects. Open and closed. Group of pictures can be divided into two categories, open and closed. Open group of pictures are those where frames in one group of picture can refer to frames in other group of pictures for redundant blocks. On the other hand, closed group of pictures are those in which frames in one group of picture can only refer to frames within the same group of picture for redundant blocks. An instantaneous decoder refresh frame is a special type of iframe that specifies that no frame after the instantaneous decoder refresh frame can reference any frame before it. Through the use of these instantaneous decoder refresh frames, we form closed group of pictures which can't refer to frames outside the group of picture. The instantaneous decoder refresh frame acts as a buffer between group of pictures, closing them off to references from other group of pictures. All in all, group of picture structure is an extremely useful concept in the world of digital media that allows us to properly compress video streams and significantly reduce stream bit rates while maintaining maximum quality for a variety of applications. Encoding using iframes, p-frames, and b-frames is an integral part of video compression in the modern digital media world, and understanding the correct group of picture structure for your content is vital for proper quality control and providing the best viewing experience to the viewer. Group of picture verification tools. One integral step in the typical media workflow processing is use of QC software, such as Venera Technologies' Pulsar for on-premise QC and Quasar for cloud-based QC. Pulsar and Quasar offer variety of group of picture level checks and are the most effective way to prevent group of picture related problems in many types of content. For example, in low motion video a larger number of B-frames can look fine, and deliver great compression ratios, but in faster motion video it will consume more processing power to decode. Using Pulsar and Quasar, the user can verify that the media has the proper group of picture structure, and therefore would represent the best visual quality to the viewer. There are many options for group of picture verification within Pulsar and Quasar. Since proper validation of group of picture structure is an important aspect of quality control in digital media, Pulsar and Quasar make it easy to verify group of picture length, verify the presence or absence of different types of frames, and check for a multitude of group of picture compliance aspects. These checks can be automated, and the process is as easy as customizing a template for the group of picture qualities you wish to maintain and scanning files in any folder to ensure compliance. One important check within Pulsar and Quasar is the ability to specify a range in frames of group of picture lengths in order to verify the content falls within that range. This distinction has large implications on the file size and bandwidth required for your digital media. Another is the group of picture category verification. This allows you to specify long group of pictures or iframe only group of pictures. Pulsar and Quasar also offer checks for the presence or absence of B-frames, max consecutive iframes, distance between iframes, and max consecutive B-frames. Furthermore, both software solutions also allow you to verify closed or open group of pictures. Pulsar and Quasar support a wide range of media formats and offer comprehensive quality checks, including extensive group of picture-related compliance checks. They are solutions that can dramatically increase your QC efficiency when used effectively. They can be integrated into your workflow in a multitude of locations, and template customization allows you to tailor them to your specific needs. Thank you for listening to our podcast. For more details, visit our website to find extra resources.